Volume 1, Stone Beasts. Stone statues appear all across the vast land of Li-yoo-eh. Most were built by locals who prayed to them for favorable weather and peace steadfast as the mountains. But it is claimed that some have a much more ancient history. One story regarding the animal statues in particular is popular among the fishermen of the Li-yoo-eh River, the silver grass harvesters of Di-hua Marsh, and the old mining crowd. They say that in some corners of the land, ancient stone beasts wake at night in the cool of the fall and look around at a world that has slowly become alien to them. Hearing the sounds of frogs and insects greeting them, they respond with deep, soulful cries from their petrified throats. Then they roam around Li-yoo-eh, inspecting once more the land they used to protect. To my knowledge, no one has ever witnessed a stone beast in motion firsthand. However, local residents who know the territory extremely well have long observed and accepted the phenomenon that the animal statues can change location and posture overnight. Meanwhile, light sleeping campers often report hearing a sound in the middle of the night that is like flowing water, only much deeper in tone. As for where these stone beasts originally came from, the elders of Chingsa village say they are illuminated beasts who once fought alongside Rex Lapis in the Archon War. After the war ended, the tide subsided and peace was restored. The illuminated beasts were no longer required to serve as defenders of the common people, and one by one they retreated to more secluded parts of the country. There they lived free from concern for mortal affairs. But some illuminated beasts remembered with fondness the glorious days when they served under Rex Lapis, and they pined for the years when they protected Li-yoo-eh. Though they were not of the mortal realm, nor were they immortal, for them, too, life would one day come to an end. Thus, they beseeched Rex Lapis to turn their ephemeral flesh bodies into everlasting stone. The merciful Jueyun granted their request and made them as such. Volume 3, Wuwang. Hiding between the jagged peaks in the north of Mount Chingsa is a slope known as Wuwang Hill, a palpably ominous place and the setting of many tales of supernatural phenomena. It is rumored by Li-yoo-eh that the spirits of the dead lurk within the woods on Wuwang Hill. They roam the perimeter of the decrepit village, wandering among the withering trees and rotting foliage, eternally yearning for things left unresolved in living years. These floating spirits often entice unsuspecting passers-by away from the main path and onto treacherous mountain tracks that leads them tumbling into a river or straight into an ambush of ravenous monsters. It is this phenomenon from which Wuwang Hill derives its name. Wuwang means prudence in the common tongue, and Wuwang Hill is said to be the hill where the prudent are punished. For even those travelers who do not act rashly or impulsively on their journey are doomed to be ensnared by the malevolence that lingers here like the mist in the mountain air. Both innocent villagers and ignorant visitors alike are susceptible to the deception of the Wuwang Hill spirits, which draw them deep into dark woods where thick mist blots out the sky and unknown dangers lurk in the shadows. There are many means by which these sinister spirits are able to deceive mortals. Some take the form of bereavement or grief, others of regret, manifesting as voices and visages of the deceased, the love of the departed, or the remorse of another party in an unresolved dispute. The traveler finds themselves compelled to heed the spirit's cry, and follows them into the depths of Wuwang. But Wuwang Hill was not always this way. Some signs of life remained there up until relatively recently, and in times gone by the village at the foot of the slope enjoyed a peaceful and leisurely existence. The chimneys always smoking and the lanterns always lit. That same village stands abandoned today. The buildings are in ruins and all that remains of the villagers is the indistinct murmuring from a realm beyond. There is a fable that is oft repeated among the children of Chingsa village. It holds that the young people of Wuwang Hill, enchanted by the whale-like song of a faraway sea monster, all threw themselves into the gently flowing Li-yoo-eh river in pursuit of false promises and childlike dreams. Along the river they floated, making their way to the sea of clouds, where they became one with the waves and lost all memory of the woods and their village on the hill. Their dreams, meanwhile, became the sea monster's song. Generation after generation of young people disappeared in this way, until in the end, the sole remaining residents of Wuwang Hill were old and grey. One by one, they left this mortal plane amidst sighs of grief. The bright lights of Li-yoo-eh harbour, Rex Lapis's pride and joy, burned ever brighter, while another neglected mountain village turned into a silent ghost town. But unlike the fleeting and fickle human mind, the ever-flowing ley lines remember all. Surging elemental energy takes on spirit form to recreate all the dreams, both fair and foul, of Wuwang Hill's erstwhile residents. Much like a mother who once lost a child and now searches desperately through their irretrievable past for a way to bring everything back, the ley lines, albeit unconsciously, repeatedly recreate the past and those who inhabited it. The way each looked, the way each child cried, the way the elderly would sigh in their twilight years. Each moment of joy, and each moment of sorrow. And like the hypnotic song of the great creature of the deep sea, it unintentionally lures toward it any nostalgic soul who would dare trespass here.